Hello everybody, we're here at Farmstay, the factory, and now the studio. My name is Janie.
My name is Amy.
And this is the new line
Yes.
that's welcomed by Farmstay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so everybody knows about the 10-step skincare. What is different about this?
So we have our special 7-step skincare from Farmstay. We have
Okay.
cleansing foam, a toner pad, a tonal, emulsion, ampule, cream, and eye creams. And for any of the special pamper night, we could have the mask sheets as well.
Okay, so as a person who grew up with a lot of skin problems and acne, I became obsessed with tea tree as well. Is this only for people who have troubled skin or sensitive skin, or is it okay for everybody to use?
It is specialized for a sensitive skin because we did get our hypoallergenic test all complete for all of these products in the tea tree line. But it is also good for all skin types because we do have enough moisturization and everything implemented into the products.
What if you have oily skin?
It is a perfect line for oily skin because we try to keep it balanced between the water to oil ratio. So it has enough moisturization for your dry patches, but it does not leave any of the excess oiliness on the skin for the oily skin too.
What about combination skin?
Yeah, for for all skin types, it is perfect. We prepared the 7-step because if you need more moisturization, if you need more hydration, you could add on to the skin types. And if you have more of a oily skin, you could take down some of creams or eye creams. You could just take that out from your skincare routine and you're good to go.
Great. And how can we do the 7 steps of the Farmstay Tea Tree Biome
Lines, right?
line?
So you could firstly start with our cleansing foam. Obviously, it is a low pH calming cleanser.
What is low pH? What does it do?
So low pH means it's less acidic, so it's less irritating to your skin. It is good for your skin because it has the similar pH level as your own skin types. So it is a gentle cleanser, but it also has the effective cleansing efficacy. So it removes all of the makeup residues, all of the waste and everything without really irritating your skin. So firstly, you could really erase and take down all of your stress from the day with the cleansing foam, and then move on to a toner pad. So cleansing foams, even though it's really good, it cannot take off every single bit of the fine dust and everything. So it is really crucial to take off another layers of it, and our toner pad helps with that. Toner pad.
Can you test this?
I would love to
give
taste
us
it.
your honest opinion about the feeling.
So my schedule is incredibly busy, so I love using this because you're washing your face and you're still not set yet. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, so it removes makeup and dirt.
Well, it has the toner essence soaked into the pad, so it's not a cleansing pad, but it's a toner pad. So you use it on a clean face, but it's just the extra, preparation for your rest of the skincare routine.
It has that familiar tea tree scent that I remember from all my tea tree. But one thing that she said that really struck me is all the other tea tree products that I've used, they always ended up drying out my skin. But it sounds like Farmstay made sure that it's compatible with all types of skincare and it won't dry your skin because it has all this hydration also
Correct.
included. Okay. Yeah, it feels the similarity in all the products is its cleanliness. It's very light and clean. Okay. Sorry. What's our next product?
So after the toner pad, you can really wash off the fine dust that the cleansing foam couldn't do, and then apply this toner. This toner is just extra care after the toner pad. It's not super necessary, but if you have dry skin and you wanna, get that inner dryness in your skin, you could definitely layer up some of the toners. And then for extra hydration, you can move on to the emulsion. The tea tree biome calming emulsion is like a lotion for your face. It's more hydrating than cream, but it is definitely heavier than a toner.
Do you want to test that?
Sure.
So what is the benefit of moisturizing your skin with like the toner and the emulsion? What is the benefit you get?
So hydrating your skin is really important because it fills in that aging gap. So there are different layers of skin, and over time and over the exposure to suns and external environment, it gets dry. It is exposed to all of the harmful, bacteria and everything. So it is crucial to moisturize that, evaporated moisture that you lost out throughout the day.
Okay. She already explained the emulsion. Let me test this as well. Emulsion is just another name for lotion.
Correct. Yeah, it's just a different term that we use.
Okay. I'll show the camera in 1 second. Okay.
So is this the secret for Asian women's nice skin? Is it the process of using the different types of
Yeah, definitely.
products?
Because people's human skin has different layers. If you apply too nourishing cream as your first and only skincare routine, that it does not get deep into the skin layers. That's why we put lighter textures first and then layer it on to moisturize and hydrate your skin. Yeah, so after toner, emulsion, and if necessary into an ampule, it really differs by all of the skin types. You can move on to cream. Cream is definitely a more, a known product type, and if you try, it has a really cooling finishing to it.
Can I use my finger? Okay.
It's like very soft. It really settles into your skin. But it has that refreshing finish to it, as so does the scent.
It's light enough that it will work in the summer, but it's also thick enough that I would wear this in the winter as well.
Right. It has really interesting finish to it.
Okay.
I personally love it too.
Can I ask you something? Because a lot of my friends ask me this too. Why bother putting on ampoule?
So ampoule is just a good way to balance your water to oil, that balance. So even if you have oily skin, if you put too little of a oiliness products, it will just create more to balance it out naturally, and that's how it wrecks the system. So if you have dry skin, you still have to put toner and ampule and cream and everything to try to balance that out. And even if you have oily skin, you still have to put something that has the oil in it so that it doesn't create too much oil to dry it out or something. You have to actually balance it out, and that's how the skincare 7 steps or 10 steps of skincare was created.
I noticed that ampoule is a step that kind of came in more recently to the skincare, but the word that I keep hearing when you explain this is balance.
Right.
So it kind of balances out all the other products.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lastly would be the eye cream. Well, we all age, but we want to age beautifully,
Gracefully.
right? So you still have to put on eye cream, and it is crucial to put the eye cream even from this young age, because when you're aging, it's already starting to age. So it's crucial to prevent it and to prepare your skin in advance. So we actually recommend to start in your 20s or 30s, so that when you're like 40s or 50s or 60s, you have less of a wrinkle. You could feel free to try it yourself.
Sure. And actually, just to note, I love the simplicity of their packaging if you look at it. So the perfect color and the simple design.
Everybody loved our
Everybody loves
packaging.
this. Okay. All right. So what it looks like, I put a lot on my hand right now.
A little
Actually,
pretty.
a little pretty. Actually, a little goes a long way, right?
True,
For
yeah.
this product. So.
I hear a lot of women in Korea talking about glassy skin or the. What does it? How does this achieve the glassy skin? And can you explain about glass skin?
Yeah, so I noticed that even for like makeups, a lot of people used to look for like a matte finishes, but the Asian people really loves that, glowy, glassy look. We have that word glassy because we want to look glowy and like young and like transparent, and our skincare routine is actually for the glassy skin, so that your skin looks natural, glowy, and just as it is supposed to be.
Speaking of glassy and glowy, if you look at my hand, it's like literally glowing right now from all the product. Okay.
Awesome.
So you were saying that after you use all this, like let's say I've had such a hard day at work, I'm gonna wind down in bed, but I want that extra step. You were saying this would be
that's
useful?
it.
Okay.
This is our mask sheet. We really put a long time developing this because we wanted to make sure that mask sheets do its job. And so we came up with a special sheet. Usually mask sheets are common just like a paper-like sheet, but we used a cellulose sheet. Cellulose is a natural ingredient from eucalyptus. It's what koalas eat. Yeah, so we wanted to make it like nature driven. And so this is a little dry so you could see the sheets, but when it's really soaked into the essence, it is very, very thin that when you put it on the skin, it doesn't really show because it is so soft. Yeah, so since if it's too thin, I noticed that it is too hard to open it up and apply on your face, and that's why we came up with the mesh lining. So we have the mesh lining on so that people could just open it up easily and apply it directly onto the skin, and then just remove the mesh lining and voila, it's on your skin. So you can see it yourself here after you open it.
As
How many
somebody-
minutes I should put it on my face?
As 15 to 20 minutes. As somebody who's tested a lot of sheet masks, I find that one of the hardest parts is actually getting it on your face. It's such a simple part, but it's
like it's so slimy. It's really hard to open.
Okay. I think we should show them how to open it. So it's actually easy to open. It's got a little in here, like this. And then this will show you the wetness that you couldn't necessarily see.
It has a lot of essence in it, so if you could take it out, it's gonna be all drapey because it has so much essence to it.
Should I take it out?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it is very
Yeah.
wet. Okay. Can I hand it over to you? It's dripping. Can you demonstrate how to open this from here?
Yeah, if
I'm
you
gonna
see,
use
it is really soft in the essence, and in this pouch, there's still a lot of essence in it, so you could really put on extra essence if necessary. So when you open it, it comes in this little, I know, it has a lot of essence.
A
in
lot
it.
of essence left. Can you see, you guys, users? Wow.
Yeah, so when it's without this mesh lining, it is really hard to open. You know the struggle, right?
Mm-hmm.
But with the mesh lining, it opens up so easily. It just opens like
Wow.
paper.
Wow.
You just grab the mesh lining and it opens up super easily. And then you put the mask sheets part directly onto your face and then remove the mesh lining just like so.
Very simple.
Yeah. And if you see here, I'll just put it on my skin to show you. When it's applied on the skin, it literally doesn't really show because
It
it's
blends
so
right in.
thin. Yeah, that's why we especially put the mesh lining. Like it's so thin, it really gets stick to your face. I know that some masks just like drip along when you're standing up, so you have to like lie down. But this one you don't have to.
I personally love using this mask over, the other types of masks that you like, clay masks or like the coffee mask that I have, because it's so simple. When you're busy, you just want like skincare, fast skincare.
Yeah.
I was testing sheet masks for a week, and my coworker the next morning was like, "Your skin is like glass," and I was like, "That's the point." So yeah,
Great.
It's
So
perfect.
7 steps.
7 steps.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.